Oh my god, it's time, it's happening. Guys, I love watching these kinds of videos. I love even more posting these kinds of videos because I just get so excited. I love planning, I love dreaming, I love manifesting, I love organizing, and this video is all of the above. And the best part of it all, Jimmy just got me a coffee. So I'm hyped up, I'm ready to go. Let's get into it. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Habibis. This video has been a long time coming, but let me tell you something. You do not need or want or even have to walk into 2025 with a plan. You don't. You just don't. Sometimes just surviving day by day is all you need to do. Now, if you do want to plan, why pressure yourself to have it all figured out in 2024? Why not use January as your planning month? To perfect that plan, to make sure that it's feasible, that it's doable, and that you actually thought about the details and sub-details of all of those plans and dreams that you have for the coming year. That is why I have been naming the month of January Planuary. I have been wanting to do Planuary for the last 2 weeks. Now, I have not been in a mental state to be able to sit down, plan, come up with goals, decide who I want to be in 2025 and what I want to do. Because, I don't know, just coming back to the United States has been a little bit heavy. And I have been a little scatterbrained. And now, don't get me wrong, I do not have my shit together right now. But I don't think you need to have your shit together to plan. I think it's the other way around. I think I'm gonna plan to be able to get my shit together. Now, I've decided that this year I'm going to plan in the following format. Step 1, we're gonna look for big categories that matter to me and that I wanna prioritize in 2025. Step 2, we're gonna look for subcategories within each category to be able to break it down into bite-sized goals. Step 3, and that is the most important one that I think people forget, is asking myself, what are the habits that I need to incorporate to be able to accomplish these? So, for example, if your goal is to be muscular, I don't even know. Sub-goals would be go to the gym X times a week, prioritize protein intake, all of the above. And then habits will be waking up at 7 a.m. to go to the gym, which I would never, ever. Or finding a pre-workout that works for me so that I can start going to the gym after work. Or blocking out 30 minutes in your calendar. Just like, what are you gonna do every day to make sure you achieve that goal? I feel like 2024 was a successful year for me because I prioritized habits and things that I do in my day-to-day life instead of the big goal, which, I mean, thinking about a big goal alone is very hard to actually achieve that goal because how are you gonna do it? How are you gonna get there? Anyways, let's get started. If you have pen and paper, sit down, grab that pen, grab that paper. Let's start planning for 2025 together. I've been using this notebook for a little bit and I love it. Open up that notebook or piece of paper that you have. First thing I'm gonna be thinking about, and then you could be thinking about, are what are your big priorities for 2025? I can already think about at least 5 of mine. First one for me, well, it's not really the first, but I'm thinking about it now because it's happening, and that is YouTube. I think the goal in and of itself is I want to reach 10,000 subscribers this year. I think I can get even more, but if you're watching this and you're like, oh, this girl is cool, I want to help her achieve her goals, I'm going to subscribe to her. I'm going to send you a lot of positive energy, and I'm going to pray that you get a cup of coffee today and that it's going to be the best cup of coffee you've ever had. So big bucket, YouTube. Second bucket, financials, saving money and stuff. Third bucket, I'm going to say friendships, even though this year is it's not really about making friends. I'm not looking to make any friends, but it's to maintain and fortify the friendships that I already do have, that I should not be taking for granted just because I am oceans away. Those people are still my lifeline. Bucket number 4. See, I want to say health and wellness, but it's also something I achieved in 2024. I will add it in there just because what is a New Year's resolution or New Year goals if you don't include health and wellness? Bucket number 5. I have this thing. I don't want to say what it is yet because I haven't done it yet, clearly. But I'm going to just call it Project X. And Project X has been something that has been on my mind for a long time. And, well, a year. And I think it's a brilliant idea. And I think I need to do it. Like, I need to do it for myself, you know? So you guys probably are like, oh, like, what is she talking about? Why would she tell us? I'll tell you when it happens, because it's going to happen this year, because it's on the board now. It's on the letter, okay? 6 is reading. I already read a decent amount of books. I love reading. I needed to find a way for reading to not become a chore, but to remain something that sets my soul on fire. And I need to add that to my routine somehow in a way where sometimes when I'm reading, I'm like, I think I'm supposed to be doing something productive, and so I cannot focus on reading. However, if all of those productive things that I need to be doing, I find a day for and a time for, then reading will no longer feel like a guilty thing that I'm doing, you know? We'll get back to that later. We'll circle back. Okay, we'll keep it as that for now. Again, I reserve the right to change my mind at any point this year. If there's a goal I don't want to accomplish, goodbye. If there's something new I think about, opportunities will come to you. I will be very aware and open to anything new coming along being a priority for me this year, obviously. So now that you have written down all of these amazing buckets that are so groundbreaking, make sure that it's doable. Like, don't be like, I am gonna go to the moon this year. You could probably go to the moon this year, but it probably is gonna take you more than a year if you have zero experience, you know? Make sure you're realistic and make sure that when you break it down to the habits themselves, the reason why you break it down into habits is to see if it is doable or not. Because when you go down to the nitty-gritty, to the tiny little details of things, you're going to realize that you actually only have 4,000 weeks of life in your whole life, and that there are about only 52 weeks within a year, and that you want to be able to achieve the things you're doing because you don't want to be disappointed at the end of the day. You're not superhuman. You could be superhuman. I'm not superhuman. So I'm going to be very realistic. So then I'm going to prioritize in order, because there are things that I care about more for this year than others. Some things are more maintenance, like friends and like health and wellness and reading. And then some other things are like big projects that I want to achieve, like YouTube. Like financials, there's a number I want to hit in that savings account and in that investment account, and then Project X. Those 3 things I'm going to put a star right next to them. So YouTube, financials, and then Project X. All right, you're with me? All right, next. Choose one of your big buckets. I'm going to do one of them with you guys, and then I'm going to take this and run with it. So let's do the YouTube one. Oh, this feels really good to plan out. But this is the hard part, I feel like. So what are my sub goals within YouTube? I'm gonna say 10K subscribers. 1 video a week, as I have been doing, my friends. I don't know if you guys are gonna like that or not, but I kind of want to take the guesswork out of the whole YouTube thing. I need it to be more stable for me. Like, I need to actually project manage this project. And I need to not wake up every Monday or like every week and be like, what's gonna be the video for this week? What is something I'm excited about? I actually want to brainstorm in January throughout my Planuary thing, which videos I'm gonna be posting 1 quarter at a time. I'm just saying this out loud. You guys don't really need to know this, but what kind of videos do you want to see? Because I'm about to set out a content calendar, so that's gonna be my other sub goal. A content calendar of all of the upcoming videos that I want to post. And then if anything is inspiring or if anything happens in between, then I will definitely be posting that instead of another video, or maybe post more than 1 video a week. I'm not gonna go crazier than that because it takes a lot of time. Who do I need to be? That is another thing I forgot to mention. Other than the habit, you need to visualize. Who do you want to be? Who is the person who gets this done? What are her qualities? What is she like? So for here, who am I? I'm gonna say organized. I have to be organized. Dedicated, because I'm not always gonna be excited, so I need to be dedicated to make sure that I'm editing, I'm filming, and I'm sticking by the content calendar. Creative. This one I need to be very creative for. I feel like YouTube is my creativity outlet, and I feel like 2025 is my year of creativity. So again, I might jinx myself, knock on wood. I need to be that girl. I need to be her. She is the one who will not make excuses and just get it done. All right, who am I? What do I do? So what are my habits? I need a day to film and I need a day to edit. Those 2 things need to be sacred. So if I stick by this, I'll be good. I'll be golden. So just go throughout and do the same thing for your own goals. Like for financials, I'm gonna break it down into what's the amount. Like I want to save up a specific amount this year. I want to invest a specific percentage of my paycheck this year. And then once I find that, how am I gonna get it done? I need to, like, the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna increase my contribution to my savings account per paycheck, so it happens automatically with my bank account. And then you can do it whichever way you feel like you need to do it. Once I'm done filming this, I'm actually gonna sit down and plan out what every day is gonna be for this year. So I have this little weekly planner, but you can literally just write it on a piece of paper. So I'm just gonna say what my habits are for every day of the week. Stressful. But yeah, I really encourage you to try to do that. And then comment, let me know if you did that, if it worked for you, if you feel like a little more organized, if you feel like your goals are a little more attainable or achievable. I certainly feel that. I'm like, it makes me anxious to sit down and do it just because it's gonna take a little bit of time, but I think it's so necessary. I think it's really, really necessary. If you watched all the way through, comment Planuary. And I know you watched all the video. I genuinely love you guys. Like, you guys are a priority for this year. So make sure to subscribe to stick around to see the progress. I really hope you enjoyed this video. All right, see you in the next one.